So I called my firehouse first, which is not far from Percy Julian High School, and I asked the Lieutenant Kendrick, I said, Bill, have you guys gotten any calls over to Julian? Have you heard anything going on down there? He go, no, Cap, just, it's all right, calm down. I said, no, they said Blair's been shot. He said, Cap, I'm sure nothing happened to Blair, because everybody knows he is a good kid. And I'm like, this don't feel right. I jump in my car, I started driving. I can tell you, I blew a bunch of lights trying to get to where I was going. I knew by working in that neighborhood which hospitals to go to. So I went to Little Company and Mary first. And in the meantime, I'm calling Ronnie, his dad, and I'm like, Ron.
And I said, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I started sensing there was a sense of urgency. He says, I got a call that Blair and some kids were shot on the bus after school. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. What are you talking about, shot?
I drive to Christ, and I don't even know how I got there.
By the time I got there, there were all types of people. Of course, Annette was there, and then people started showing up.
Firefighters and police officers, his classmates from grammar school, high school, family, everybody just starts converging.
Then the actual surgeon came out. I remember the doctor was saying, he says, Blair was a fighter. He was a fighter, and we kept calling him back. And we kept calling him back, and I said, and I just looked at him, I was saying to him, I said, don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. And then I'll never forget when we finally got to see him the last time, and I just looked at him and, touched his face, his arms, his head, just everything that was visible. And I was like, I can't believe this. We just talked. I said, we just talked.
6 years, it's still hard to talk about your child in the past, because when somebody is good, you don't expect this to happen to them in life. This is not what I ever dreamed would happen to my child. I could see other people's kids headed there, but not mine, not mine. Me and Ronnie did all we could to protect Blair, probably much, much more than we should have, but it didn't work.
She was very caring and just endearing. She would always want the best for everyone else. So even if she saw someone in a hurtful situation or being talked about or scolded, she would be that person that would befriend them and tell her friends, because they need a friend too. So I don't think there's anything we can do to ever move past what happened. There's
things
nothing
that we can do to cope with what
there's
happened.
nothing we can do to move past it, but what we can do is what we've been doing, and that is try and figure out ways to make things better for those that still have their family intact.
I think her death has thrusted both of us in a movement now to raise a lot of awareness.
Every day that we wake up, we have an obligation to ourselves, to the worlds we've created, and to society.
Communities need to get definitely more involved in what's happening on their own blocks. Sooner or later, which I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Nope.
This tragedy could
come to your doorstep.
Could knock on your door. And that's the last thing that you ever want to hear. So just get involved.